So anyways, let's talk about apprenticeships.
Apprenticeships.
And I want to speak on apprenticeships because we're getting inquiries, and more recently, I'm just kind of like over it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over it because it's I have a passion for helping.
Yeah.
I have a passion for teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Besides tattooing and culture, I want to like carry on this art and my style of tattooing.
Yeah.
I want to. I really do. And what I've noticed is it's hard. It's hard to find someone
Yeah.
to do that because of the fact that it's hard work. And hard work is what I've noticed a lot is a lot of people just want stuff now.
Yeah, there's no patience for a lot of
Like you got to
things.
work for it, And what's hard about it is when you go into a job, you make money. Right? You make money. That's what a job's for. Well, when you get an apprenticeship, you don't make no money.
No.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard. You got to figure it out. You got to look and say, okay, well, how bad do I want it? That's what I say. How bad do I want it? Am I willing to lose sleep over it? Am I willing to sacrifice watching TV and Netflix? Am I willing to go to work, go to apprenticeship, and then go home and draw till I fall asleep? Like to this day, I find myself falling asleep with the laptop almost every night.
Yeah.
Because I got work to do. I don't have to. I don't have to.
No.
I mean, I'm booked. I got big projects I'm working on. But it's the drive. It's that inner fire, that's like just pushing. So I'm trying to find someone like that. I can't. It's impossible to find someone like that.
Yeah.
And the difference is like what I noticed is a lot of people. I don't want someone to do it to be a great artist for me. Like that's the difference. Like a lot of apprentices or artists in shops, and I'm not talking about this shop, but in tattoo shops, they're like, oh, I'm working for the owner. Like I'm, it's half the cut. It's going to the shop, and they worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
And I worked at shops where 50% of my cut, actually, I gave a lot more in the beginning, but was going to the shop. I wasn't there to make money though. I was actually like dying, for money. I was like it was
all
crazy.
Going away.
It was crazy, but I knew I was there for another reason.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn. And I mean, it wreaked havoc on my relationship at the time.
Yeah.
It wreaked havoc on my sleep. I was going to school on the GI Bill, so that's how I was making some money. But that ain't a lot of money when you're married and you have a family and you got bill. Like it was crazy, but I knew what it's like going through it. But I wasn't even apprenticing.
So as someone is to go into to be an apprentice, it's the first thing out of your mind should be money because you're not gonna make a lot of it.
Well, okay, so. Yeah, and that's touchy because obviously you want to be an artist to make money as a career, right?
Yeah. But I mean, you're gonna have to do at least like a part-time job or something.
Yeah. If you're going in as an apprentice, you gotta get money another way.
Yeah.
You have to, because this is how it works. You can go in and pay $6,000 to $10,000 for an apprenticeship. Pay it.
Yeah.
Just pay it, and then the artist then will go, okay, you're paying for knowledge. You're paying for my 20 years worth of experience to just give it to you. Okay, cool. So now. Like my time is worth something, right?
Yeah.
So you want to sit down and pay $300 an hour for me to talk to you because I could be tatting making that. So you're pulling me away to sit down and teach you something that I spent like probably $500,000 or more on trips, on travel, on freaking like sleep, hours upon hours to learn what I learned. No one told me.
Yeah.
I had to go and seek it. I had to put in that time and effort and everything, and you just want it? Like, you just want it?
Yeah.
What is that worth? So every artist is a different worth. You go to a street shop, it could be different. Street shops might say, hey, you know what? We need another artist. We're busy. How are you busy? We got walk-ins coming in wanting a $50 tattoo. We need someone to tat that. Well, that kind of apprentice is different, right? Because they're just in there to make money. Yeah. You're in there to work for me because my shop needs money because we're losing money, right?
Yeah.
We're not like that. And because we're not like that, I don't need to fill seats.
Yeah.
I don't really need any artists here. But I love to share and have artists in here because it's us, it's we. And that's what's different. Like, I don't see that a lot, but I don't know. Maybe now in shops it's all about family. I don't know.
It's a lot different. This shop is way different than the average shop. So you hear clients come in all the time and talk about it. I mean, I've been to other shops and I know because it's a different feeling, and there has to be a different way of learning too that comes to that, you know? I mean, if you come in a shop that's not an average street shop, you're going to have different set of not necessarily rules, but more habits. So
yeah, I think that is what an apprentice should do is look at the shop itself that you're going to go in, and the way I see it is like it's the level of that shop. If the shop is a certain level where these artists have names and they're known for something specific, it's going to be harder to get in that shop, and their standards are going to be way higher. If you want to get into a street shop to do $50, $100, $150 tattoos, it's going to be lower because they're just trying to turn around, like fill those seats.
Yeah.
Get them in, get them out. When I was in a shop, that's what the mentality was. When I was here in different shops, it was get them in and get them out. Why are you talking so long? Why are you trying to get to know what they want? Just figure it out. Like, tell them what they want, you know? And that's what that culture was when I was in shops. It was like, hey, come on. Why do you care? Just stop, you know? Why'd you put so much detail in that? Like, you could have just outlined it, did some quick shading, and then get them out. We got other people in the lobby waiting.
That's crazy.
So, first thing as an apprentice, figure out what shop you want to be in.
Yeah.
And understand that if you want to be in a shop that is at a different high level, you got to come prepared to work at that level. You have to, or you won't make it.
We got a comment from Bobby. He said, I teach hip hop. It took me 20 years to be able to teach it full time. I worked every job or job. I feel you on this generation and how they want now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, he did what he had to do.
Yeah.
You know, like, I got stories. I mean, I was working.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, and that's where I think it, like you said, everything now, like my generation is YouTube and Instagram. Everything's there. You can look up how to do this, and then it'll show you. So everything's like at my fingertips. So when you go somewhere and you're expecting like the easy, like, hey, you know what? I want to learn this. It should take me about a week or a month. I'll give it like 3 months. It's like, what? No, this is like hard work, meaning your body has to train to get used to this. You have the mindset. There's more than just putting your hand to a pencil.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I've had, man, I should have counted, but I've had many guys come in wanting to be apprentices and then going through like a program. Yeah. And because we don't have a set program, there was a time that I had these signatures. I mean, it was a program, but we're always moving. We're always evolving here at Island Tat. Always. And a lot of people can't keep up. They can't adapt, you know, because they want. So they're like, I'm not getting what I need. And the thing is like, although they say they're not getting what they need, they're evolving themselves. And I'm looking going, well, you mean you're not making $200 an hour? Like, what do you mean you're not getting what you need? Because you're way better than when you came in. And you're getting better every day. So
you're growing.
What? Like, I don't understand that. And that happened a lot. And a lot of these guys that left, I'll see them on Instagram trying to do their thing like 5 years later, and they're still kind of in the same spot, when I know for a fact if they were here, oh man, with that potential, you know. But the thing is hard.
People have to get used to being uncomfortable. That's hard to get used to have that feeling of you're never going to be comfortable. Not saying that everything's going to be anxiety, but when you grow and consistently grow, you're never going to be, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with, you're going to be like, no. And you're always going to push yourself.
Yeah, it's almost, I guess it's like anything. It's like anything. How bad do you want it? How hard are you willing to work? I follow guys like Ray Lewis, you know, and studying his whole career and everything. That, you know, people will see him on the field and hear of him and go, dang, he's a beast. Like, you know, it's like he didn't just end up like he wasn't born like that. Actually, he was small for the league. Like, he got passed up because he wasn't what everyone expected as a middle linebacker. They thought he wasn't even going to make it. He had to prove himself all the time and no excuses. Then he had some crap go on in 2000, you know, whatever. he kept going. He kept going. He kept going. And you could apply that to tattooing or anything in life. And all I'm saying is with tattooing, it's very different because, most tattoo shops go, I want to see your art. You got to be a good artist. For me, if you're passionate about art, it's probably why you're standing here asking me to tattoo, right? And I'll know if they just want it for money. If you want to just make money, man, there's shops. Go on other shops.
Yeah.
Like I always say the money will come.
Yeah.
There's something that I always go by. If you chase money, it'll run. If you're chasing money, it'll run. And if you ever think about that, anytime you're trying to make that money, it's like harder and harder. You'll get it, but like in little pieces, whatever. When I personally learned that, I say, you know what? Because I'm trying to pay bills, I'm trying to pay debt, I'm trying, pay everyone's payroll back in the day, and I was trying all these different projects. I was just trying so hard. And then when I heard that saying, I was like, you know what, let me try it. And I just kicked back and I focused and I just did my thing.
Yeah.
Man, I got booked, all these clients, my rate went up, all these things happened, and then the money came. So, because that's not what I was chasing. I wasn't chasing the money,